A show that has not been a part of one DC universe but two DC universes. Well, this show is considered to be one of the finest comic book based TV shows to emerge out of the OTT space. Of course, all the episodes are written by James Gunn, and James Gunn has recently confirmed that Peacemaker is what we're talking about today, is canon to the DC universe. Well, we were also happy to see John Cena returning back as Peacemaker in Superman. If you watch the movie, you know what I'm talking about, which is why it makes perfect sense for us to be talking about Peacemaker Season 1. So let's go. Okay, so James Gunn has created a competition amongst his own characters, and I'll tell you why Eagly might be fighting with Crypto as the best pet for a superhero. Let me tell you why. Well, the first fun fact about Peacemaker is that Eagly, Peacemaker's beloved pet, is actually fully CGI, and let me tell you why. Peacemaker's pet bald eagle Eagly became an instant fan favorite. Despite how real he looks, Eagly is completely CGI. James Gunn revealed that they used a mix of reference footage and VFX magic to bring him to life. Okay, so the second fun fact is that we all love the opening sequence of Peacemaker. Of course, it's the track Do You Want to Taste It by Wigwam. Well, the reason that James Gunn actually put this song as the beginning and the opening sequence of Peacemaker is because he didn't want people to skip it, and that clearly is not skippable because having the main characters of a superhero TV show dancing on a track is completely unprecedented and such a unique idea, so kudos to James Gunn for that. And let's move forward to our third fun fact. Okay, so the third fun fact is that James Gunn wrote the entire show by himself. He wrote this during the lockdown, and he of course directed the Suicide Squad, where we first saw the character of Peacemaker played by John Cena. And well, he loved the character so much that he actually wanted to develop a whole show on the same, and it turned out so great. And I'm really excited for Peacemaker Season 2. But before we talk about Peacemaker Season 2, let's talk about the best scenes from Peacemaker Season 1. Okay, so my first favorite scene is actually from episode 1, where Eagly, Peacemaker's pet, actually hugs Peacemaker, and there's this deep emotional bond between the both of them, which is so endearing to see and so wonderful to see. And we have a moment in episode 8 as well, where Peacemaker actually rescues Eagly, and you see them hugging each other, and I absolutely love it. Well, my second favorite scene is the scene where we actually get to know about Mern's true identity, and we get to know that Mern's actually Butterfly. And the way the scene has been shot, the way the scene has been enacted, and everyone's reaction was something that was captured so wonderfully. So I absolutely love the scene. And my third favorite scene is actually the scene where we see John Cena's character Peacemaker actually playing Home Sweet Home. And you see this emotional outburst and emotional range of John Cena, which was completely untapped. And it really shows why John Cena has actually stood the test of time in show business. Well, apart from being a WWE superstar, he's actually proving his mettle as an actor, and that's really wonderful to see. I'm really excited for Peacemaker Season 2. Of course, like I mentioned before, James Gunn has confirmed the fact that it's going to be canon to DCU, the new DCU, which began with Superman. Well, I'm really excited for Peacemaker Season 2. Would love to know what you think about the same, but it's not the end of the episode. It's time for, if you like this, what can you watch? And I would suggest you watch The Boys on Amazon Prime Video, and here's why. Well, The Boys is about corrupt superheroes, brutal takedowns, and a tone that's even darker than Peacemaker. If you like Vigilante, you love Butcher. And well, The Boys is of course violent, darkly hilarious, and full of anti-heroes. Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode of Binge Watch. We are hoping to cover Wednesday Season 2 when it's out in entirety. Would love to know what you think about the same. You can comment down and let us know if you want us to cover Wednesday right here on Binge Watch. We are of course going to be talking about Wednesday Season 1, and we try to bring you a new Binge Watch episode every week right here on Radio 1 International's YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
94.3 Radio 1.